And so, yes, additionally, introducing our brother, my brother, Ian's brother, Frank's brother, and now Daniel, your brother from another mother, Mr. Jamar Goodman. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Man, I'm doing excellent. Really quick, is that a Lakers jersey?
Hey, come on.
Hey, it's not. All right, it's number 8. I can roll with that.
Kobe
It's number
Bean
8.
Bryant, you can't go wrong.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I'm
Additionally,
sister,
y'all. Yeah, and Daniel, y'all. Daniel is a hooper too, right, Daniel?
Hey, I'm retired, but I think I got a little ounce to the tank, you know.
Yeah, man. Yes. Introducing y'all. Additionally, our other partner, our brother, from another mother, on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. My former Mustang brother, but it's always continued brother, because we were in them trenches back in 07, 08, 06, 05, you name it. My brother from another mother, Mr. Ian Jones, aka Peoples Hernandez. Mr. Ian Jones, my bro, what it do?
Hey man, how y'all doing this morning? How y'all feeling?
Good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. And then additionally, introducing our brother Frank. So Frank is he went to Purdue with me and Jamar. We all sat in business classes together. Frank don't remember, he helped me with a few assignments. I thank you to this day, my brother. Yes. And so introducing our brother Frank Noxys, Francis, Anine, you name it. Frank, good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Nice to be here with you all.
Great, great, great. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. And so let's begin, Frank, to talk the 2022 World Cup. In the final, we have Argentina versus France. And so we have seen some tremendous soccer. It's been fascinating if you just watch. And you know, it's been just really, really great to see all these different countries, the passion, the hearts just pumping out of your chest. And so, if I'm not mistaken, Frank, I know that brother Ian, I believe you have Brazil, right, and Argentina, right?
Yep.
Yeah, one of the two. Our brother Jamar had Uruguay, and was it Argentina too, or France?
Honestly, I can't remember.
Yeah,
He had Uruguay.
right.
Yeah,
Uruguay.
I know I had Uruguay. I
don't
didn't
remember
know who
who
I
we
picked in
had
the
for the
finals.
final though.
Yeah, Uruguay against France.
Okay, yeah. So I think, and Daniel, me and Frank picked Argentina and France. So one thing we all kind of knew even before the podcast started was that Argentina and France were beasts. And the funny thing about it is, and I talked to some of the French people here, fellas, is they said literally, y'all know how y'all don't send LeBron James and Kevin Durant to the Olympics, but y'all still win? They're like, that's what we do here for soccer. They like, we ain't even send Benzema, we ain't even send Pogba. We ain't even send who was the guy from the Joanna song? That guy. Like these are players that are not even playing, and you still see France doing what they're doing. And it's really just, it's beautiful poetry in motion. They defend like hell. That's one thing I really give to them. They defend like hell, man. And so Frank, you are a big soccer fan. You played soccer growing up. Your kids in soccer right now, etc. Tell me your thoughts from the World Cup thus far, and then from there, can you tell us who do you believe will win between Argentina and France, and why?
Yeah, I mean it's been pretty entertaining. I think from all the World Cups that I've ever watched, this has been the best, despite in terms of just the quality of the games, right? Obviously, there's been some political chaos in terms of it being hosted in Qatar and things like that. A lot of people dying, and that's unfortunate. But the reality is that the quality of the teams that have been playing, I mean, every single team, apart from Qatar, won a game. So that's never been done before. And I think just about every single team scored a goal, you know. There's been teams that would usually make it all the way. Those are the teams that would score like 7 goals in a game, you know, like Spain scored at some point 7 goals to 1. Yeah, you had Portugal beating a team 6 goals to 1. Usually in a normal World Cup, that those two teams might meet in the final because that means they're just so good and they're not there, you know. So I think it's been pretty entertaining. I've enjoyed at least catching up with every single game, and then the roller coaster that Morocco had was just too amazing to not even talk about. And you know, one thing that's even better is that so Africa has the highest number of countries in the world, right? But they only have 5 countries in the World Cup. And in the next World Cup, we're going to have 10. So watch out. We may have more teams. We may have 2 African teams in the finals, because untapped talent that doesn't make it for whatever reasons. But now there'll be more teams going in. So I'm looking forward to the next one.
Frank, just really quickly, if I'm not mistaken, the United States is hosting the next World Cup, right?
Yeah, it's United States, Canada, and Mexico. So 3 countries hosting. Yeah, so that should be up. We should figure out how to attend those games. And then in terms of who's going to win, I'm still going to stick with France. I think the last time Argentina played against France in 2018, I think it was a 4-3 win. And Mbappe, at a very young age, scored 2 goals. And Messi did not score at all. So we're going to see that being replicated this time around in a more meaningful game. I think that was last year. That in 2018 it was a quarterfinals when France eliminated Argentina. So what I'm going to be looking forward to is not actually what Mbappe is going to do, but what the rest of the French team is going to do, because there's a lot of people who are high quality players who are kind of just going under the radar, doing really great things. But Mbappe is gaining majority of the audience just because he's so great, right? I don't know, in the context of Argentina, obviously everything revolves around Messi. And I think he's on another role. He's hungry, he wants to get it. He's also has like, usually Messi is known to be like easygoing, doesn't get really angry or anything. He's just cool. But in this World Cup, he's like annoyed all the time and he wants to go after it. Like, you know, he's going to fight you back if you do anything to him. So this is going to be, he's really trying to get it by whatever it takes. So I think it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be all the way to 120 minutes. I don't think the game will be over in 90 minutes, but who knows? You know, we'll see how it goes.
Wow. Yes. And the funny thing is, I'm gonna be honest. On Argentina, the only name I know is Lionel Messi. But that literally, I'm quite sure a number of people say the same damn thing. Lionel Messi. And the only reason why I know of the players here is because, you know, I live in a French country, and so you see it on TV often. They got, you know, Mbappe is a big celebrity over here, y'all. Literally, you walk outside, he's eating a candy bar. And it's called Mars. It's like a famous candy bar here. And so like he has like buku advertisements like LeBron, etc. He's you know, wearing shades in the mall and stuff. You walk past him when you go in the mall and stuff. And so like he's a big deal over here, and I'm sure it's a big deal over there in Argentina. If you know any of us were to visit Argentina. And so like I know of the various players in France because they're on TV, etc. guys. But Frank, and we'll follow up and chime in as well. We got to get to the big question here. The big question here is, who do you feel will come out of this final? Because for me, man, I feel like y'all, this is 15-1 versus 16-0. I feel like this is you know, MLB playoffs, and this is 2 juggernauts. Like for instance, we had the Giants and the Dodgers, y'all, that were 103 and, you know, 57. Like these are 2 fantastic teams that are going at it. And it's sad and unfortunate that somebody got to lose. This is crazy. Frank, who wins this game and why? Who wins this World Cup? Because this is a big boy affair right here. Yeah,
it's a close call. You know, I think France has a much overall better team than Argentina, because they have multiple contributing guys, right? So you have Mbappe who can score at any point in time during the game, and his energy is high from the beginning all the way to the end. And then the amount of attention that is being paid on him is just crazy. In the last game, they're putting 5 defenders against him, and he still like managed to get the ball through. So I think he draws excessive amount of attention. And then you have other guys like Dembele and I'm blanking on his name, the guy that keeps scoring for France, who just
Oh yeah, you're
right.
talking about well, I mean, you got a few, right? You got Hernandez, right? Who's been
Right.
scoring. You got
Exactly.
Hernandez, who's been scoring. You got Olivier Giroud, right?
Olivier is what I'm talking about, right?
That's his number 2 right there. If if
Right.
Mbappe ain't scoring, he's scoring.
Mhm.
And remember,
Right.
Olivier Giroud, y'all, is the leading goal scorer in France history.
Yeah,
And he
exactly.
is what, 35 and 36?
Mhm.
And the dude just, you can see the fear they put in people. It's like watching Golden State at like their peak.
Right. Yeah. So you have guys like Giroud and Hernandez that are just under the radar, really doing amazing things. But we are all talking about Mbappe because if he does 1 or 2 things, that's what the media is waiting to talk about, right? And Mbappe is pretty smart. He knows the amount of attention he draws. He's like a LeBron kind of person, where he knows that if I just get this ball forward, somebody's going to tap it in, and if I just get it in towards the goalie, and his kicks are so strong that the goalie can't just hold it. He kind of has to punch it away. And that deflection makes it easy for other folks to come through. And then, so my leaning is towards the France is going to win it all. I wouldn't be surprised if Messi wins it, but what I want to see is France winning, which is going to give Mbappe a chance to three-peat, which has never been done before because he's so young. He's 23. Next World Cup, he will still just be as good as he is today. And I think having that historic game and historic opportunity to do it 3 times, Pele didn't do that. Nobody else has ever done it. And so I'm rooting for them to advance and win it all.
Yeah. It'll be very, very interesting to see. Jamar, Ian, and I don't know, Daniel, if you got to pick. If you don't have to, if you don't want to, it's not necessary. But Jamar and based off of these 2 teams, who do you guys see coming out?
I think it's France. And not saying that Argentina isn't comfortable or capable of doing so. And part of me feels like FIFA would want Argentina to win, but I just think France is just too good overall to lose this one. So I got France.
Man, so I had Argentina originally getting to the final, so it's kind of tough going against the grain, but I'm gonna go with France as well, though.
Yeah. Daniel, do you want to make a pick?
Well, I'm gonna defer to the expert, Frank, and I'm going with France.
Yeah, and guys, I'm with y'all. But once again, opportunity presents itself to those who are prepared, right? And so Argentina might know that France is a favorite, and so they might be, saying, hey, the no-name guys, right, Frank, are looking to step up. And so I'm very interested in seeing how that occurs. But as stated, hearts stop when Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe have the ball. Just when they have the ball, hearts stop. And so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go with France as well, but we will see how things progress. And so Frank, thank you for that. I truly appreciate that. Right now we're busy with the troll in the comments. His name is Dwayne Hawkins, and he has absolutely no life at all. Just come here Saturday morning and troll us about the Bears just because his New England Patriots won this past week. And so yes, Frank, we thank you, my brother. We truly do. And we're going to get to Dwayne Hawkins shortly because he's going to be very happy because we're going to talk about the Bears. And so I'm sure he'll be very busy in the comment section. And so, Frank, we appreciate you, brother.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yes. And so, Frank, have a great weekend, my brother. And we will talk to you next weekend.
There you go. I'll be watching.
All right, man. Take care. All right. And so, fellas, yes, Frank joined us. We thank him for his World Cup expertise and soccer expertise. And so now, guys, we move on. And so, just an FYI, Daniel, on the podcast at any moment, okay, there can be a start, sit, and cut, okay, or any like-minded questions as such. I like to call my brother the Guru, Jamar Goodman. And then also our brother Peoples Hernandez could chime in at any point as well during his podcast. And so this could be NBA related. This could be NFL history related, you name it. It's just very fun when we do it. Just a heads up. All right. And so, yes, let's now get into the Chicago Bears, fellas. And so, Daniel, we want your thoughts on the Bears, brother. And so we are curious to know how you feel about the Bears this season. We know that you're in Chicago and a big Chicago fan. And so what positives can you take away from this season? And do you think this team is headed in the right direction? And you know, that could be front office related, what you see on the field, etc. And so, yes, Daniels, with the Bears, give us your input about the Bears, brother.
Well, I'll start with the obvious. The positive, Justin Fields. That's the easy one, right? I mean, that boy has been balling this season, and it's good to see. It's refreshing to see, especially with a Chicago team, especially with the Bears, right? We never really had a top-notch quarterback in years. You know, we had some decent quarterbacks, but not like this one. And so right now, he's everything that we expected, you know, or we were hoping. I'll put it that way. We were hoping that he could come in, ball out, you know, and give some hope, you know, to Chicago and the Chicago fans, man. So,
Right.
Man, that dude, man, it's just, and he's getting better. We already know what he's doing with his feet, right? I mean, it's just amazing. He's putting up, you know, Michael Vick and Lamar Jackson type numbers, man, you know, rushing. Then with his arm, you know, he's getting better. Still got a ways to go. You know, with accuracy and just being able to lead his receivers and you know, being able to 1, 2, 3. I'm losing my train of thought. Y'all help me
Progression.
out. Progression. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like with the progression. So those are areas he need to improve in. But he's young, you know, and so there's a lot of potential for Mr. Fields, you know, and I believe he can do it as long as he continue to get good coaching. You know, so I'm not sure how well the Bears are when they're trying to coach up a quarterback. You know, I haven't seen that, you know, pretty much over the years with them being able to really coach anybody up. That's what I'm hoping, you know, as we all are hoping that the Bears can do something with that. Front office. All right, front office. This really hits a nerve with me. When I see teams with good quarterbacks, they don't give them anybody to throw the ball to. It hits a nerve with me. Oh my God. I'm at home. I'm like, when are they gonna learn?
Yeah.
A quarterback needs someone to throw the ball to. So please, front office, get this man not just 1, 2 receiver. We need a true number 1 and a true number 2 receiver, so this man can have somebody to throw the ball to. I mean, please do not do what they doing over there in Baltimore. Don't do them like that.
Baltimore is a perfect example. Yes.
Don't do them like that.
They can only run the ball because they ain't got no damn receivers.
They got no receivers, and they put all this pressure on Lamar Jackson. You know, so don't put all this pressure on Justin Fields to do everything, because what's going to happen is he's going to get beat up. And that's the other thing. Front office. They need an offensive line. Continue to build up the offensive line to protect this man. We need a good 10, 12 years out of Justin Fields.
Right.
Go on now. So I don't understand how the fans, you know, we can see everything what's needed, but the front office can't. As if we got a higher football IQ than they do. I don't get it. Well,
Probably do. Probably do. Real talk.
So,
Probably do.
come on,
They
y'all.
just focused on money.
And that's been a problem for decades. That's been the Bears' problem. And that's why when I root for the Bears, I'm always going, but I'm not this diehard Bears fan where I'm delusional to where I see this whack roster and that, oh, they gonna win 9, 10 games, and this roster telling me they ain't. So I'm not delusional. You know, a lot of our fans, they need therapists. They need to go seek some help because they get let down every year. Every year, we get let down. But see, I'm realistic. I know the Bears gonna go maybe 6 this year, maybe win 7, 8 games this year because I'm looking at the roster. What have you done? So for next year, I'm just saying the Bears got a lot of money to spend. I believe they said they won a team that got, you know, probably the most money to spend. So they got a lot of money to spend. Spend it wisely. As my father always told me, you want to be a good steward over your money. So be a good steward and get some ballers onto this team so we can be a consistent playoff team with Super Bowl hopes. All right, not this playoff hopeful team. We hoping we get to the playoffs. We hoping we win over, you know, be over 500. No, we're tired of looking at that. I done
Come
told
on.
Bears fans,
Come
true, I'm a Bears fan, but I'm not a diehard. I ain't no unrealistic Bears fan. I've been telling you, if we would have boycotted the Bears, don't go no games, don't buy no merchandise, it would have hit their pockets because that's what, like Brandon said, they're most concerned with their money. So hit their pockets. They been would have turned this around. But no, we still showing up, no shirts at the game, freezing our butts off, getting our butts kicked.
It do be cold at Soldier Field. Got to go buy that hot chocolate and stuff, and it be about 1,000 people in line, right, Jamar, in, and they want to bump you and stuff, and your feet be cold, and they want to step on your feet. Like, get off my feet.
And it costs
So
$50.
the potential is there. The potential is there to be really a good team, a great team, if they spend the money right. Get some ballers in there. On the offensive line, get some receivers, and continue to do what you need to do on defense.
Yeah. And so just curious, Daniel, in other words, you think that the front office is our problem, right?
It's been
You think
it's
the
been
front
that
office,
for years.
and
Yeah.
so specifically, because we got to name a few folks. And so just going to the comments, y'all. Prescott JB, good morning, bro. He said the big combo is how Rand Paul should spend all of this money in the offseason. He's with you, Daniel. I want our draft picks to go to the offense and our free agent money to the defense. And then quickly before that, Prescott JB stated, I swear I would have played soccer back in my high school days if I knew how much glory you can get by winning the FIFA World Cup. And so, yes, Prescott JB commented on the FIFA, but back to the Bears. And so, yes, he agrees. And so Rand Pose right now is our GM. You know, I think it's kind of a consensus around Chicago. You know, I know the woman is older, and you know, she's sweet, you know. I hear that, you know, she's a sweet woman, you know.
You sure she's sweet?
Yeah, you know, but you know, a lot of Chicago Bears fans often you know, kind of point to her, you know, and kind of point to her son as big problems with this franchise. And so just curious, do you think that the McCaskies, because you know, Jamar and you guys thus far like what Rand Pose have done thus far, right?
Somewhat. I mean, he got like Daniel stated, you know, we got the most money to spend. Looks like we're gonna have the number 2, possibly number 1 pick, but I think we'll have a number 2 pick. So I'm seeing their plan develop, you know, trade everybody away, you know, get some money, get some picks. So now, you know, we have a franchise quarterback we haven't had in, I don't know, 60, 70 years. I don't know. So now we got a franchise quarterback. So we can skip that part. We can always put a defense together. That's never been an issue. So now we have all this money. We got a high pick. If they want to trade back and get more picks or whatever, now they can't miss. Now they got to see. Now we have to see why they hired them. Now it's time for them to do their job. So they don't have no excuses this offseason.
In other words, yeah, Rand Paul's got to put up a shut up.
Yep.
Jamar, bro.
I mean, I have been consistent to where I'm not going to critique or place a grade or anything like that until after the draft, because I wanted to see how I give him a whole calendar year from when he started to this next offseason. So based on reasons that Daniel and Ian has said. So I'm just waiting to see.
Yeah, waiting to see what happens. Yes, absolutely. Good morning, James Peak. James Peak is laughing. And then Colleen Guish, G, he stated, good morning, fellas. And James Peak stated, front office and the organization as a whole has never been truly concerned about winning, only making money. Yeah, that sounds about right, James. I totally agree with you on that one. And then Prescott JB stated, Justin Fields just looks so sad all of the time. Someone needs to buy that man a candy bar or something before he leaves following his rookie contract. And so, yeah. Prescott, go ahead, Ian.
I said it's gonna take much more than a candy bar.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, Prescott JB, what type of candy bar? Because there's a lot of candy bars out there. You got Nestle Crunch, you got Mars, you got peanut, what's the Butterfingers, y'all, Reese's cups. And so you got all these different candy bars. And so if you could, Prescott JB, type in the chat the specific type of candy bar that they should buy for them. Maybe that'll keep them around. And so, yes, Daniel, it sounds as if you are visibly frustrated with the organization. I don't blame you. All right, Prescott JB stated he needs a deluxe Butterfinger. Them deluxe Butterfingers be off the chain, bro. Like, I had them on before I left the United States, actually. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
man.
yeah. And so, yes, we truly hope, y'all, that the Bears, can build a contender this offseason. It is vitally important. We got $150 million in cap space. We got the franchise quarterback. And so those are two big pieces right there to build for the future. You want to build because Ian and Jamar, we know about Detroit. They are coming hard. And so you want to make sure. Yeah, Ian and Jamar was not wrong. I thought that home box office persuaded those. But it was, you know what home box office is, right, Daniel?
Yeah.
Yeah, HBO. Yeah. And so on HBO, y'all, there's a show called Hard Knocks. And so Ian and Jamar Ian specifically for the last 2 years, has picked the Detroit Lions every week. And so it's finally now coming to fruition.
Oh, man.
Not 2 years, man.
Hey, he calling you a diehard.
I know, right?
And so, y'all, look, it's finally coming to fruition. Everything that Ian has been very, very dedicated with the Detroit Lions. Daniel, you watch the Detroit Lions, man. They look like the goddamn 99 Rams. Like, bro, if they went out and they get in the playoff, whoever they play, that could be San Francisco, that could be Philly. They'll be Philly. Like, they get in, they gonna be tough.
Oh,
all right, Ian and Jamar let me know. Hell no, they won't be Philly. It'll be a game though.
it could be possible.
The buckets.
But beat Philly, I don't know. That's tough. That will come down to quarterback play.
Right, that one. Yeah, but it probably would be some buckets, Jamar. Probably a few touchdowns. Detroit they offense, man. And who is this Jameson Williams cat? Just came out of nowhere. Looking like he Tyreek Hill 2.0.
Yeah.
You telling me after all that you got him now?
Yep. And he would have been drafted a lot higher too if he didn't tear his ACL in college.
Right. That's a steal pretty much.
It is. He was the number one wide receiver coming out that class until that happened.
Big steal.
Wow. Big steal. Yes. And so Detroit, y'all, 5-6 viewers, they are coming hard. And so the Bears is very necessary. We got to do what we got to do with the front office because Detroit is there. Aaron Rodgers, y'all. I mean, he look like he ain't going nowhere based off of that contract. And so Green Bay gonna always have a chance, because he's back there, right, Daniel? And then you got Minnesota, who is, they winning games now. And so
I still don't think Minnesota.
I mean, they 10-3.
They're the sorriest 10-3 team in NFL history. How about that?
They're 10-3. They're 10-3 because of Justin Jefferson
Yeah,
and
pretty
just
much.
and the defense. I don't know. Kirk
And
Cousins,
then also
Alexa
Detroit has benefited from for the last few years, right, Andy Jamal, they've just lost a lot of close games. And kind of the
Yeah.
difference this year is that they just winning those games, squeaking them out.
Yeah, they finishing them. Yeah, I'll give them credit for that. They just finishing game. I mean, they're essentially without take their talent away, they're nothing but the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears was in about 6-7 games this year. We just lost. They just finishing games. So you gotta tip your hat to them. They finishing games this year.
Yeah. Daniel, what was you about to say, bro?
I got family in Detroit, so
Oof.
I'm kind of happy for them because I mean Detroit
Man.
Oof. Oof.
or oh my, they was like the laughing joke every Thanksgiving,
Yep.
So I kind of felt bad for them. So it's good to see, just imagine you growing up in Detroit and I got a heart, man. So I kind of try to put myself in other people's shoes. The Bears have been terrible, but Detroit, I don't even know what's the word for it. So to see them be able to turn it around, man, and just to win some games, I am happy for them. I'm not going to talk against Minnesota. 10-3 is 10-3.
Right.
Why? Because we 3 and what? And it ain't looking good for the rest of the season. By the way, if you look at the Bears schedule, it ain't looking good. But
No.
I never thought I'll see where we're last in the conference. I never thought I'll see that.
Yeah.
Being last in the conference, because we always had Detroit.
Yeah. We always. If we ain't winning no games, we gonna beat Detroit, and
we gonna beat Detroit.
And we gonna split
Bank on those two. That's
Now
why I
look
picked
at
them
it.
for the last 2 years faithfully. I picked against them.
Now
But
look
yeah,
at us.
Now it's just a turnaround. I've gotten a lot of W's, okay, on my weekly picks because of Detroit.
No matter how sorry Green Bay is, we still can't beat them for some reason.
Yeah.
It's mental. It's
Everybody else beat them in the league, and we
still can't beat them.
Way. Yep.
So I mean, the division is coming up. Like I said, the Bears have to do something because Minnesota's looking good. Detroit is coming up. As Brandon said, Aaron Rodgers owned us. He got some shares.
Basically.
And then if you look at Minnesota, don't let them get rid of what's their quarterback?
Kirk Cousins.
Don't
Andy
let them
Calories.
get a better quarterback.
Yeah.
Don't let them get a better quarterback. If they got the team,
Yeah.
they get a better quarterback. Oh my God.
Right.
So y'all keep Kirk Cousins, Minnesota.
Please. That'll give us a chance.
That'll give us some
calories.
chance, but they're looking good too.
Right. Yeah, man. So as y'all hear, Daniel, is definitely preaching to us, teaching us about the Bears, man. We all in agreement here. James Peake Jr. stated African-American quarterbacks haven't fared well with the Bears organization. Fields will really get what he needs to flourish with another. James. He's saying Fields will get what he really needs to flourish with another organization. I'm rebuking that. Because I feel like he is our franchise quarterback, and if he leaves, Chicago gonna be sad and mad. Okay, everybody gonna be off, and so
there will be no Justin Fields slander on this podcast.
Yeah, James, you got it, brother. You got it, brother. And so James is slandering Justin Fields, and so he's our franchise quarterback, and we have to take up for him. And so we definitely need Justin Fields if we are going to have any chance. Any chance. On the other hand, he agrees with you guys, Jamar, and Ian. Don't underestimate the Eagles. I wasn't underestimating them. I know who the Eagles are, James. I know they're very good. I just think, sometimes palms get sweaty in the, second round. It happens a lot with teams. They win a lot in the regular season. Somebody like Detroit come in that's hot, knock them out. And so, yeah, and so I do know who Philly is, and I do know this, y'all, that our brother Jalen Hurts right now is now the clear front runner for MVP because they've been blowing folks out. And James also stated that it's the organization, not him. I can agree with that. The organization has definitely taken out a lot of players and a lot of quarterbacks, etc. And so that's a very, very, very good point. And so, fellas, y'all, for time and purposes, we got to move on because, as y'all know, y'all, we could talk about the Bears all day, all night, right? And so, yes. And so, fellas, we're going to move on to other NFL talk. And so now we will do NFL reactions and overreactions. And so what happened here, Daniel, is Jamar will chime in first and we'll follow up, and then you can chime in as well. And for time and purposes, I'm going to let you three guys have it on the NFL reactions and overreactions. All right? So, all right, Jamar. Is it an overreaction, bro, to think that the way this football team has been playing and with the immense explosion and talent this team has, that the Detroit Lions could sneak into the NFC playoffs as that final seed, let's say as a 9-8 team?
It's not an overreaction. They still need some help with some other teams, specifically the Giants or the Commanders on that one. But Seattle losing the other day helps their cause. I mean, the team is hot. I want to say since they played us and actually went on a winning streak when they won 2 in a row when they beat us, they really been on a little tear here. I think they won 5 out their last 6, if I'm not mistaken. The only thing it does come to that you kind of alluded to earlier is quarterback play, and that means Jared Goff. Jared Goff indoors this year has been sensational. When he's outside in the element, he's been trash. So tomorrow's game against the Jets in New York, that's going to be a pretty good indicator, less if this team going to be for real or not.
Not an overreaction. As Jamar stated, they need a lot of help from other teams. But you just, like we stated, you can see this team is trending in the right direction. The talent has been there for years. The talent has been there. It's just like we always say, just always, they just find a way to lose, So I feel like, it started the Chicago Bear week when they, came here and beat us by 1 point. I feel like they, found a way to win. They've just been finding ways to win. They've been finding different ways to win every week, whether it's the offense, the defense. Now they finally got Jameson Williams back. So they a sneaky, scary team, a low-key, very talented running back that nobody talks about, DeAndre Swift. But yeah, they're a very sneaky, talented team. It'll come down to the play of golf at the end of the day and the defense.
Daniel, what do you think, bro?
I agree with both the other fellas. It's not an overreaction. Yes, they need a lot of help. Their schedule, I'm trying to pull up their schedule. It looks like they got some winnable games. They got some winnable games, a couple within the conference, within the division, I mean. And, it can go either way. You still got the Commanders. Washington, change that name. That name is horrible. Got the Commanders. I ain't saying it. I know they hate it.
you got the Giants and the Seahawks.
Got the Giants and the Seahawks. So Detroit just got to do their part. If they do their part and they continue to win their games, then they may sneak in there.
It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Appreciate that, Daniel. Jamar, is it an overreaction to think that the Tennessee Titans are the beneficiaries of an overall weak AFC South? Just as an FYI world, I am watching now this Jacksonville Jaguar team. So Ian and Jamar was again excited about this Jacksonville team earlier in the season. They just went on a slump, but now they're trending back again. And they have been playing great as of late. And while the Titans have been playing really bad as of late. And so I don't even know if this is a fair question, but Jacksonville is trending right, in Tennessee, as we see y'all, is just crumbling. And so do you guys even think that Tennessee even is a lock for this division at this point? Because they 7-6, Jacksonville is 5-8. If Tennessee lose a couple, this could come down to the final week.
Could be. Let me be clear with the Tennessee Titans. And I think I've been pretty consistent with this. The Tennessee Titans are, how can I put this? They're in trouble for two reasons. And one of them is Ryan Tannehill, because they never upgraded that position. I don't care how many games you win. I don't care if you're number one seed. If you feel like you can upgrade something to be a better team, you do it. They haven't done it. Ryan Tannehill is a play action reliant quarterback. You do not win with a play action reliant quarterback in 2022. Those days are over.
Right.
15 years ago, sure. We're not doing it in 2022. It's a quarterback's league. And number two, and more recently, the GM of the team got fired. You know why? Because they traded away AJ Brown for no reason, because they didn't feel like paying the man. And the man came in and scored 2 touchdowns against you, embarrassed you. And the owner was like, you know what? You made a bad call. Get out of here. So now
He
you're
fired him
stuck
after
with-
that. He got fired after that.
He literally got fired because of that.
Yeah. After that,
Like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
What's up? Yeah.
So now you have Derrick Henry. I mean, Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry, but teams are stacking the box. Once again, Derrick Henry hasn't been the explosion of Derrick Henry that we're used to, because there's nobody on the outside to open up the field for him. Yeah, Treylon Burks is supposed to be an AJ Brown prototype, but he's been hurt. He's still a rookie. So you don't have that clear-cut number one that's going to take double teams away and free up the open lanes for Derrick Henry. So therefore, yeah, this team is going to struggle because of that and Ryan Tannehill. So yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguars might sneak in there and might do something. Who knows?
Yeah. And what you think now?
So I do believe the Titans will make it, and to say, the Jaguars make it kind of be a stretch. It's possible, but it'll kind of be a stretch. But I mean, the Titans they need to let the Tannehill project. It's time to delete it. It's time to let it go. Yeah, it's time to move on. And like Jamar stated, they don't have a true number one on the outside. They drafted Treylon Burks, but like he said, he's young. They went and got Robert Woods, but Robert Woods coming off an ACL injury.
Mhm.
And I love Robert Woods again, but Robert Woods is not a true number one. He's
Right.
a number two.
Good number
At
two.
the most, a number 1.5, but he's not a true number one. And that's no knock on his game, but I think the Titans will be okay because they play that, they're going to run the ball downhill. It's getting cold outside, and, people tense up in the cold. They ain't going to want to tackle that big man, that big monster, 6'4", 260 coming downhill. That's a business decision. You want to go home?
Right.
You want to go home to your kids, or you want to spend the weekend in the training room?
Right.
You take your pick. So I mean, I think they'll
Like
be
it's
fine.
Christmas this weekend.
Right. You feel me? So I think they'll be fine in that regard in this division, but Jacksonville is coming. I think they just need, a little bit more experience and a couple more pieces, but they have a good coach. So, they coming. And Tennessee, they better get it together real quick.
Right. Yeah. Daniel, football fan, what you think, man?
Yeah, when you asked the question, Brandon, my first thought was, well, where do they upgrade at? Tennessee's
Right.
team's been the same for the past, 2-3 years. They'll be like right there. They haven't made any upgrades.
Right. Same squad.
I don't get it. Again, from like y'all supposed to be smarter than us. Y'all supposed to know more football than us. And it's like, man, Tannehill, he's decent. I would love him as a backup. He probably one of the best backup quarterbacks out there.
And
He'd be a star backup. That's such
Right.
a thing, But no, they're gonna get in because they're in that division. The Jaguars, I don't fully believe in them just yet. I did when my boy first got in, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
But they didn't do right by him in the beginning. So I'm not a full believer with the Jaguars just yet. And I think Tennessee will get in. They'll
Right.
get
Just kind of beneficiaries of that. Yeah, absolutely. And so, yes. All right, fellas. Jamar, is it an overreaction to think that the Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys, after Micah Parsons' comments during this week, are already looking forward to next week's showdown?
Definitely not an overreaction. I mean, Michael Parsons went out his way to say what he said. And of course, I forgot who responded. I think it was somebody from the offensive line or somebody from the Eagles responded. And then Michael Parsons came back. Of course, both these teams are trying to overlook this week and ready for next week. Because as we know, if the Eagles, let's say Eagles win tomorrow and they beat Dallas next week, that's it. That's a wrap. That game has major playoff implications here. If Dallas, beats the Eagles, then Dallas still has a outside chance of winning that division and basically get the number 1 seed. So a lot of things are at stake here. So it's definitely not a overreaction that they look in 2 weeks from now on would it be Christmas Day or Christmas Eve? One of those days. So
Yeah, probably Christmas Day. Christmas Day. Yeah. Yeah.
Indeed.
And so Am, your thoughts, bro?
Bulletin board material. Do I think
X.
the Eagles are overlooking, they play the Bears this week, right? Yeah. No, but I think they still are looking forward to that game. I mean, it's a conference and division and rivalry game anyway. So they always gonna have those battles, whether they 3-10 and the other team is 14-2. They always gonna have those battles. So it just the bulletin board material and the playoff implications coming up, it just gonna make it that more interesting. So it's gonna be a game for sure.
Yeah. And you're right. Game is December 24th, Christmas Eve. Daniel, your thoughts, bro?
Now, are you asking, is it an overreaction for Philly or Dallas?
Both, because Dallas is playing Jacksonville, 5-8, and then the Bears are playing Philly.
Well, it's hard to be both. Dallas is looking forward to next week. I think Philly is focused on this week, like they said. They're not chasing Dallas. Dallas
Right.
chasing Philly.
Right.
Philly is in a sweet spot. You know what I mean? So I think they doing exactly what they said they're doing. They're focused on week to week. And that's what successful teams do. You've seen it all the time with Tom Brady's and the Patriots. They focus week to week. They're not thinking about Dallas. They're worried about Dallas when it's time to worry about Dallas. And that's why they at where they at. They got some mojo going on right now, some good momentum. They want to keep it going because the end goal for them, is the Super Bowl, as it is for Dallas. But Dallas, what they're trying to do is they need to focus. Just focus before y'all mess it up, which y'all always do. Just focus on the game ahead because you may lose this week while you're trying to focus on Philly.
This is a very good point, Daniel.
Yeah, y'all worried about next week's game. You got this week's game. So I don't like that Michael Parsons even, what you hate on Jalen Hurts for? I don't care. That was straight hate. You hating on the brother. Talking about some, is it more him or the team? Man, that boy ball. That's why he's going to be MVP. Continue to win, he's going to be MVP. Because he's straight and he's doing it from both ends. Arms and legs.
Yeah.
What can you say about him?
Right.
What do he need to improve on? Of course, we know there's always room for improvement. But man, the dude, accuracy. Do you see some of the dimes he dropped? Man, this dude is balling. So Dallas is worried about Philly. Philly ain't worried about Dallas.
Yeah.
So Dallas need to focus. For y'all lose this week, y'all really be.
And so I just gotta quickly say, man, thank you for bringing it up because Dallas often and Stephen A. Smith and other guys have been stating this. Dallas sometimes just get in their own way, and so literally he's making these comments, and you would hate to see them, right, Jamar, lose to the Jaguars, right? And just imagine what it'd be like on Monday, right? Like if you would have shut your mouth at Cowboy, you know what I'm saying? And then Stephen A. Smith gonna come in on First Take with his cowboy hat on.
And his cigar.
This is gonna be perfect for him.
His cowboy hat and cigar.
I mean, you're not lying because if I'm not mistaken, a few days ago, they was under a minute away from losing to the Texans, if I'm not mistaken.
They should have lost.
They should have lost, yes. Should have lost. Just the Texans being the Texans and Davis Mills.
Long neck Mills almost gave him that L.
Giving the game away, Davis. Yeah, man. So yes, guys, we can talk about the Cowboys forever too. So yes. we will see how things turn out with that whole situation. Very big games tomorrow. All right, fellas. Is it an overreaction to think that poor Marcus Mariota, after abruptly leaving the Atlanta Falcons organization, after finding out he was going to be benched, has played his last down as a starter in the NFL, and it could be possibly his last job in the NFL. I don't know who really want to take a chance on a guy who say, forget this team, I'm on the bench now. I don't want to play for y'all no more. So Jamar, what you think?
I mean, you kind of answered the question for me with that last one. I mean, who does that, right? If you're supposed to be part of a team, you know, things happen. I mean, he took the job knowing darn well that they was going to draft a quarterback more than likely, and they did. And it was, yep. And then, you know, at a certain point, like when they feel like, you know, it's a wrap, they're going to put the quarterback in. I mean, Mariota did what we expected to do, you know, at times keep them in games, at times, you know, end up on his back and throw the ball straight up in the air. I mean, that's Marcus Mariota to a T right now. So he's not a starter in this league. He had plenty of opportunities between Tennessee, and I think he had a short stint in with the Raiders for a second.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's a wrap. I wouldn't want him as a starter at all. I'd rather have dare I even say Nathan Peterman starting on my team than Marcus Mariota right now. At least I know Peterman's gonna come to work. At least I know that much.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Ian, your thoughts, bro?
No, his starting days are over. You know, you can't. Well, I'll say this. It would be I think it would be a bigger headline if a black quarterback did something like that. But yeah, his starting days over. I don't think Mariota's just not consistent. I think he would be a pretty good backup. You know, I would use him as a backup, but starter, no. I think his starting days are over.
Yeah. You can use it for some packages too, you know, like some certain, you know, running packages and set. Yeah. Daniel, your thoughts, bro?
I'm just trying to figure out who he hanging around. Who was his friends? Antonio Brown? I mean, who does that?
You got to put that out there this week.
Who, and you ain't nowhere near the talent as Antonio Brown, so your starting days is over. You know, get ready, buy some cushion, because you're going to be riding that pine. Man, that's crazy. Who does that?
Yeah, man. He said, forget all y'all. Forget everybody.
I'm like, see, yeah.
Daniel, the word was that he got mad and he took his equipment and threw it on the middle of the field and walked off. Everybody just sitting there like, damn, like really? He just took his helmet off.
That's that ABS. And we ain't talking about anti-lock brake system. We talking about the Antonio Brown system. Man, go and sit down somewhere or get off the team, whatever. But no, your starting days is over.
Yeah.
Because if you take that's your behavior now, you're gonna take that to any team with you that you go to. So yeah, he's done. He's done.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota.
That's what money do to you. That's all that money. Now you think you can just, you know, because he's set for life if he manages money right. But you know, I think that's what they do to you, man. People get acting crazy because they get to a certain place. You know, now they like, hey, I'm good, so I'm a act like this or behave like this.
Right.
Facts.
That's facts. That's very true. That is very, very factual. So yeah, Marcus Mariota, he's always been, you know, 500 type quarterback, you know, very good at running the ball, you know, every now and then get a nice pass off. Yeah, you know, I just sit there and think him and Jameis now. They were, if you guys remember back in that draft, it was between Marcus and Jameis. And, you know, they were like, you know, the top two and everybody was all in their coattail. And, you know, they kind of in a way kind of had disappointing careers, long careers, which is good. You know, it's good to have a long career because like you say, Daniel, you make money, you know, and all that. But as far as panning out, you know, after all those Heisman hopes and trophies and stuff, you know, sometimes just certain quarterbacks just don't make it, man. And in this league, most of the ones that kind of last long, they got to be the ones that can throw the ball. They got to be able to do that. And Marcus, unfortunately, kind of fell short of that. And so, yeah. Lastly, fellas, Jamar, is it an overreaction to think that the Chicago Bears, our Bears, should shut down Justin Fields sometimes in the coming weeks' action? Or do you guys think that they should continue to just let him play this whole thing out?
Yeah, I believe that's an overreaction. I mean, the man is a year two quarterback who rookie year was tarnished and set up for failure and everything. So he needs the reps. Yeah, he doesn't have an offensive line. And yeah, the crazy to think about is he's safer moving around instead of sitting in a pocket. He'll actually have more longevity with his health instead of sitting in a bad pocket. But the guy needs reps. He still needs to develop. I mean, yes, his athleticism is top notch, and it's helped spark our offense to do things that I don't think we ever seen before. The fact that I mentioned a few weeks ago is more enjoyable to watch them now than what it was at the beginning of the year. Like I don't mind the losing because they're fun to watch at a certain point in time. But I still want to see the progression there. I mean, let him go against these tough teams. You got the Eagles tomorrow, you got the Bills coming up, and then you got 2 more division games, I believe. Let him go through that. It's only going to make him a more mentally tougher quarterback at that point. And then we'll just see what Poles does in the offseason. Yeah, that's overreaction to shut him down early. Let him play. If he's healthy, let him play.
And your thoughts, bro?
I agree with Jamar. If he's healthy, let him play. Like he stated, he's young. Definitely need those reps. And the selfish part of me being an Ohio State fan and Chicago Bears fan, I want to see him. I want to see him rush for 1,000 yards. I want to see him rush for 1,000 yards, which is possible. But I don't want him to get hurt. But at the end of the day, he still needs reps.
Hey, time out. Look, this is complete side note. And I know you're an Ohio State fan, but you got them Michigan colors on, mighty strong right now. I'm just saying.
Somebody just said that on my live.
Listen, when he said that, I'm like, Phooey, go blue.
But yeah, I just want him to stay healthy. He needs the reps, man. It's only his second year. Technically, this is really. So he started in the middle of the year last year. So technically, this is really his first full year, and added last year, his first full year starting. So he definitely needs those reps, man. So this is technically almost a year and a couple of games. So yeah, he needs those reps big time.
Yeah. Guys, let's just hope. What if he gets hurt? We know he's been kind of battling injuries as of late.
We're not gonna put that in there.
No, because everybody's battling injuries. I'm not trying to hear that. If he's not on the injury report, let him play.
He's a competitor. He's playing.
I mean, the fact that he had a supposedly separated shoulder and he's like, quote unquote, not on the injury report anymore. Like, what kind of freak of specimen do we have here to be playing already? I'm just saying.
Right. Offensive line, y'all better block for him. Daniel, your thoughts, bro?
That's my issue. Both of you guys said if he's healthy. Now we know what they say is the difference between injured, right? And hurt and injured. That's what they say. It's the difference between being hurt and being injured, right? So we know he can play hurt. But do I even want him to play hurt? Even though he's not injured. And so this is y'all know this is a violent game, man. One hit, and that's all it takes. Like, I would say maybe play him a couple more games, but to finish the season, I don't know. I think he's beat up, and they just not, he wants to play. But as you know, young players, they want to play. They feel like, I'm good. But management, coaches have to make the better decision and say, no, you're hurt. I see even how you throw on the ball. So it just depends on what they're seeing. And I wanted to make the smart decision, for this franchise quarterback and not get him hurt. Because then what's gonna happen? I don't want that to happen like with Derrick Rose. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. So we need this man for the next 10 or 12 years. If he's healthy, by all means, go out there. But if you're hurting in some areas, you know, if you got some pain in the shoulder, your quads, hamstring, man, sit that man down, pull up that backup quarterback, you know, and let's get ready for next year. That's what we're looking forward to. Now, Jamar, you said you enjoy watching them lose?
What what I'm saying is they are more fun to watch now than what they was at the beginning of the year.
Why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because your expectations changed.
My expectations has been consistent, as in I didn't expect them to do anything of much this year, but
okay.
But yeah, it was just cringy to watch them, how the offense was working early in the year when they beat Houston and when they beat the Niners compared to when they actually had opportunities when they played against like the Dolphins or the Vikings. Like the offense actually scored points and we was actually competitive. Back then, it's like we couldn't even move the chains and the defense was holding up. So just different style. That's what I'm saying.
Makes sense.
Right. So Jamar, yeah, you're saying, bro, like the Bears are competitive. Justin Fields is out there shining, looking like an all-pro quarterback, etc. And so you just like the excitement. You like that we can build on something now and that we got something.
I mean, we scored 29 points on the Dallas Cowboys at the time, was the most points that anybody put up against that elite defense at the time. Like that was something that was on the show for. Yeah. And we was actually in that game until, you know, the fumble happened or whatnot. But I'm just saying, it's like you said, they are building steps in the right direction offensively. We know the defense is lackluster with talent and banged up. So I expect Philly to probably drop 40 on them tomorrow, but I just want to see if the offense can keep up, can continue to progress. If they can do things against the Eagles tomorrow, then I'm happy because I know that the foundation is set.
Right. Yes. And fellas, I definitely see you guys' points, but Daniel, I'm with you. My guys know sometimes I disagree with them, and they know I give a damn.
We know.
Yeah, my whole thing is with Justin. I don't want to see him be a D Rose 2.0, bro. And then we look up and we be like, man, you know, like we had this and we had that, and then he running around dinged up in week 3 next year. You know what I'm saying? And that'd just be a total tragedy for the whole season going forward, you know. And so I think at this point we've seen some greatness from him. We know what we got, but if his goddamn leg hurt, I don't know if his head hurt, get him out. If his back hurt, if his neck hurt, if his eyes hurt, you get him on the sideline. If his pinky hurt, yes, that's the pinky, right? Yes. Yeah. If his pinky hurt, Jamar, get him off the field because we cannot afford for him to be hurt. We need Justin going forward. It's vital for our success.
I agree, but I don't think we got a Coach Tibbs here, and I don't think we have a Mike Shanahan with RG3 type scenario here when I know for a fact RG3 wasn't right. Shanahan still put him out there and still ran design plays for him, and of course his career was never the same. I don't think we got that here, but I 100% get what you all are saying as far as that part.
Yeah. Let's hope the best. So, by the way, for the comments, fellas, Prescott JB stated, hurt is the grunt you make when you get up in the morning. Injured is when you wake up in the middle of the night yelling because the pain meds were off. And so, yes, he broke down the difference between hurt and injured. And thank you for that wonderful analysis, Prescott JB. And then Eric Webb, he chimed in and stated that he's a bum. And so he is talking about Justin Fields being a bum.
Slander.
So Eric, once again, this is Justin Fields slander. Eric, watch yourself, all right? Because we will not.
He said Justin Fields is a bum.
Yes, we will not have this Justin Fields slander, Eric Webb. Eric Webb is also he believes
Eric probably watching basketball.
Eric is also an avid believer that LeBron is the bomb. And that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest of all time, and that Michael Jordan is not the greatest ball players of all time, and that Scottie Pippen is. And so,
all right, we're done.
He's blocked.
Just stop. Continue. Next combo. Let's not
Hey.
even mention.
Now, Ian and Jamar, they're giving you a hard time way about the fun, but at the same time, from an overall perspective of the EMSTP, we appreciate your commentary because we love the diversity of craziness that comes.
Craziness is right.
Matter of fact, Brandon,
He
I'm
said
about to.
Pippen was the GOAT. Is that what he said? He joking. He joking.
No, he said Kareem is the GOAT.
All right.
I mean, I kind of like it though. I mean, I know we kind of pivoting, y'all, but I mean, Kareem, as y'all remember, before MJ was viewed as the greatest player of all time.
I don't argue.
I
with
would
that.
never argue that one. I would never say somebody's wrong for thinking Kareem is the GOAT. I would never say
Right.
that.
And then on top of that, Kareem didn't play nowhere near as much as LeBron. And so his argument to me the other day, y'all, is that if Kareem played the amount of time that LeBron played, LeBron won't be nowhere near his scoring record.
Well, I'm not worried about LeBron. LeBron ain't nowhere near the GOAT. What I'm saying is Kareem, I don't argue that either. I respect the man and what he did for that Lakers organization. My only
Right.
question would be, or argument would be, if you're the GOAT, are you even considered the best center to have played the game?
Ooh,
To be
Right.
considered the GOAT?
Very good point.
real quick, Daniel, are you a Lakers fan or are you just a Kobe fan?
I'm a Lakers fan, so I love Magic. Well, I love the players.
Yeah, because
of Lakers.
Okay.
I'll put it that way. I love the
Okay.
players because I'm first a Jordan and Magic fan. I'm Jordan and Magic first, then Kobe. So I'm always rep Magic. I'm a rep Kobe. LeBron, I hated when he went to the Lakers. They should have rejected him. They shouldn't even have allowed him to go to the Lakers
Hey, y'all championship.
with an asterisk by it, and you know why.
Hey, at the end of the day, when we go his Wikipedia, it's gonna say 2020 NBA championship.
And it's gonna have a B behind it for bubble.
or Mickey Mouse logo, one or the other.
So man, I like the players, but I'm a Bulls fan first.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna hit you with one. Start, sit, cut. We got Magic, we got Kobe, we got Kareem. I know they're all different positions, but that makes it tough because they all, top brass of the Laker organization.
Dang, start, sit, cut. Oh my God. Magic, Kobe, and Kareem. Oh, them your three best Lakers of all time. So start,
every
sit.
time.
That's difficult, man. It's difficult because Magic is the best point guard of all time. Kobe is
Bond.
doing 2.0. Oh my God. Okay. Forget it. You know what? I gotta kind of if I'm thinking today's game, I ain't talking about 70s or 80s. To get today's game, I'm gonna cut Kareem. Shoot. Dang, Magic and Kobe. Who do I start? Who I sit?
Ain't that 15 rings between all three of them two in 3 different eras? Well, no, 2 eras, but 15 rings between all of them. Kareem and Magic played together. My bad.
I can't go wrong. I don't know. Today, I'm gonna start Magic. Tomorrow, I'm gonna start Kobe. I'm gonna start. That's the best answer I can give you, Jamal. That's the best answer I can give you, man.
No, that's fair. I know I went
Put him in
very
a break.
difficult.
You put him in a break with that one, Jamal.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I did.
that's hard. Ooh, that's hard.
It's very, very, very hard
I
because
know people coming at me like, you gonna cut Kareem?
whoever you cut, Daniel, most people gonna be offended. Like, why the hell would you cut Magic? Why the hell would you cut Kareem? And then you cut Kobe. Everybody gonna be, why the hell you cut Kobe? And so, all 3 of them are just cemented in the top 10. All 3 of them, all time, probably.
And that's why I said in today's game, I may cut Kareem. But in the 70s and 80s, Kareem starting. Remember, it was a big man's game back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the most
So
unstoppable
Kareem gave
shot.
it to multiple generations.
Yeah.
Right, Jamar. Kareem gave it to Patrick Ewing. He gave it to Hakeem. But even prior to that, he gave it to Moses Malone. He gave it to those guys in the 70s.
Robert Parrish.
Like Robert Parrish. He gave it to multiple generations. Great physical.
Matter of fact, didn't he see Wilt at one point too?
Yeah.
I think so.
Towards the
Great,
end of
man.
Wilt's career, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. The absolute truth. And so, yes, we'll knock you, man. We'll knock you, man. Kareem, definitely one of the GOATs, man. And so, yes, fellas, we gotta continue to stay focused. And so Prescott JB stated, y'all, that Michael Jordan, oh wow. He stated, y'all, Michael Jordan played against off-duty firefighters and State Farm insurance salespersons. So this is the reason why he's the GOAT, which means he's probably stating that LeBron is the GOAT.
Oh my God. Let me tell you. Let me tell you who
I
Jordan
mean,
beat.
it was some hoopers back in his time, Prescott JB.
Man, I don't know what
Okay.
he was.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
I mean, this helps your argument, Ian, because you believe that LeBron is the greatest all time, right?
It's an argument. My top three is Kobe, Mike, and Bron. I mean, I don't see nobody else getting close to that three. And believe it or not, I gotta put Steph a close 4 for multiple reasons. But I think them the top 3 of all time. I don't even think it's an argument. It shouldn't be.
Now, yeah, your top 3 again is who, Ian?
Bron, Mike, and Kobe. No order. However you want to order them is preference. But
I
them the
got
top 3 of
Bron,
all.
I got Bron, Mike, and Kareem. Sorry, Kobe. That's just me.
Yikes.
So, Ian, you would put Steph over Durant?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? I was having a conversation with my best friend last night. So Kevin Durant, it's tough to leave Kevin Durant out because Kevin Durant is probably as talented as the 3 I just said, or probably even more talented as the 3 I just said. He can shoot better than LeBron. He can do everything. He can do everything across the board. But if we're gonna go by career and all the accomplishments and done mentality, I got those 3. I just got those 3.
I mean, that conversation is just always, that gets everybody going. You know, that's like,
Yeah.
that's the ultimate barbershop conversation, you know? And as a matter of fact, y'all, I'm gonna go, when I finish this, I'm going to the barbershop, Ian and Jamar. I'm gonna have this conversation with these guys in French. And, you know, they all, you know, Michael Jordan over here, by the way, y'all, is God. Bulls stuff everywhere. But guess who's right behind him? Kobe. So Kobe is like a god too. And so you see a lot of Lakers gear, a lot of Bulls gear, but the Bulls gear, people love those Bulls teams, man, from the 90s. They rock Bulls hats, jerseys, everything. It's just
Because of that. Yep.
Yeah, to think how powerful that brand was and how powerful it will be forever. Forever. Yeah,
That's
Chicago,
the
man,
GOAT.
y'all got to recognize you the creme de la creme, man. When you go out of the Chicago, you begin to see just how famous Chicago is, how good the food is, how people adore Michael Jordan and the Bulls and Bears and all that stuff. Is crazy. And so, yes, Prescott JB stated again, y'all, that John Starks, Michael Jordan's greatest Knicks rival, was literally a grocery bagger at a Piggly Wiggly in Oklahoma and Indiana. He stated, you know what else he did? He one-hand dunked through MJ's soul in the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals. And he's like, basically, wow, was that really that impressive? And so
I can't give him that, man. John Starks was a dog. It was some ballers back there. It just, because it's crazy. Even with other sports, I see myself doing it now that I'm 31. You just be like, man, things was different when we played this sport or that sport. So it's just always gonna happen. Like, you know, some people might not think Michael Jordan, you know, this younger generation might not think Michael Jordan is better than Steph Curry. You know, it's just once you get older and, you know, certain people didn't see certain people play. You know, we was young, but John Starks was a dog, man. John Starks, he was a dog.
Just give whoever that making all them comments, man, give him a stage and a mic. He must be a comedian. He must be a
That's
comedian.
our boy, man. That is our boy. And so Prescott JB joined us about a month ago, right, fellas? And
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
he's very entertaining, man.
That's what it is.
He's literally working at ABC 7 right now, and chiming in with us. And he showed us a video, man, about the Saudi Arabia after they had upset Argentina in that first game in the World Cup. And he had me and Jamal rolling. And so that is what our boy do, man. He is you know, we appreciate his commentary.
The only thing I would say here is just because players are more athletic now don't mean that they was more skilled back, you know, than the ones back then. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not opening Pandora's box this morning.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
For the foolishness. Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, and Jamar is a wise man, because when you talk this stuff, I'm telling you, it will open the box. And you can be in France, you can be in goddamn Qatar, you can be in Arlington Heights, Indiana. Everybody gonna have something to say about this. And so when you do it, you just open Pandora's box, and we'll be here to 12 o'clock in the afternoon or even longer. And so, yes, fellas, let's go ahead, let's progress. Let's now give our top 5 NFL teams. We got to chime in too much on it, but give us your top 5. Daniel, if you don't have one, it's all right. But if you want to, fine. You got a little time to think of it. But Jamar, give us your top 5, and I'm gonna chime in after. And Daniel, if you want to, it's up to you. And so, Jamar, who's your top 5? This is a very interesting one, by the way, because I was struggling between two teams.
Number 5, I have the Kansas City Chiefs, as they just continue to roll, continue to, you know, be the class of the AFC West. Number 4, I have the Cincinnati Bengals. I feel like they have, you know, starting to hit their stride here, even with, you know, the injuries of T. Higgins and Boyd or whatnot, but the offensive line has played a lot better. The money that they spent is starting to come to fruition here. 3, I have that Bills Mafia team. Even with their struggles in the middle of October and November, they still finding ways to win. Even though without Von Miller for the rest of the year, that team is still dangerous. They're going to have a pretty good game tonight. Number 2, I have the San Francisco 49ers. I am a believer of Brock Purdy, and it comes back to the fact that the sum of the parts around him will make him okay, and he's been doing just that. And number 1, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. Enough said.
Yeah. And
Chiefs at 5. It's tough. I got the Bills at 4. Lost Von Miller for the year. That was kind of messed up. Since he's been on the tear, I got them at 3. And man, the 49ers at 2 is with the 3rd string quarterback. It's crazy. And, you know, I got the Eagles at 1. Fly, Eagles, fly.
I got some good ones, man. But Kansas City, I like Kansas City. I got them as 6. So number 5, I got Dallas, y'all. I got Dallas at number 5. Dallas is on the tear. And it just builds up between them and Philly. Dallas is blowing people out, y'all, at AT&T Stadium. They're killing people. Now, I know they just had a battle with the Texans, but, you know, sometimes every now and then, you know, a team like the Texans ain't got a damn thing to lose. They might give you a game. But Dallas survived that one, luckily. Number 4, I think that we are, I don't know, I like Buffalo. The only thing is with Buffalo, they are squeaking by as well. The thing with Buffalo, I just feel like, fellas, is that
Not healthy.
Buffalo continues to win, continues to get their health. I know we're talking about, a Detroit, other teams, but if Buffalo get in, they probably won't be the number 1 seed. They might, but if they don't, I would just be tremendously worried about Buffalo if they the 7th seed in general. Number 3, I got Cincy. Cincy is the Giant Killers. And they are doing this without a fully healthy team. Number 2, San Fran. San Fran is super scary, man. Christian McCaffrey, since this guy's arrived, like they just opened the floodgates. And this is crazy to think that we got San Francisco, y'all, at number 2, Daniel, with Mr. Irrelevant. This kid was drafted as the last player in the NFL draft last year. Supposed to be playing right now. But, this kid has been, I feel like he got a Tom Brady feel. He's making all the right decisions. He looks like he's 15. And he got a variety of weapons out there that he could just play football with. And then number 1, Philly. And so I'm sorry, y'all, for taking so long with that, but that's my top 5.
I just got real quick. Are you a believer in CMC now? Because I know you couldn't stand that guy for I don't know how many years.
Oh, bro. Now look, Jamal, don't you do this. Don't you dare try to trap me this morning. CMC, I have been in the past critical of him, but that's Daniel because he's been in Carolina and they just a bad situation over there. But now with CMC,
Carolina, he's a baller there, he's a baller now.
He was balling, but the thing was he was always hurt, y'all. And so,
after let me see.
Injuries.
Yeah, after Cam left, and then he had the 1,000-yard, 1,000 receiving yard, 1,000 rushing yard year. They kind of ran him into the ground. Every play was Christian McCaffrey left, Christian McCaffrey right, Christian McCaffrey up the middle, Christian McCaffrey down up the seam, him in the flat
for the punt, Christian McCaffrey for the throw.
It's like
McCaffrey on the sideline. So Christian, I know you just did all those plays. What do you think about the team out there? I mean, he just had every damn job for the Carolina Panthers. And so I never said I know the guy's great, y'all, but it's just now, Daniel, you put Christian McCaffrey with that in San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's a lot to deal with.
They're not even healthy.
Right. And yeah, this is right because Debo is out right now. And so this team is super scary. And this quarterback, he's looking better than Jimmy G, which is even scarier. And Jamar, I got to give you your props because as the average brain, Daniel, they see Mr. Irrelevant. And no, I'm giving you your props, Jamar. This boy know his stuff because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, Mr. Irrelevant, how the hell this gonna work? This kid's 7th-round pick. Like any average brain be like, all right, this gonna be a struggle. So y'all remember last week, I put that out there in the NFL reactions and overreactions. Is this gonna work? And you were very steadfast that this will work. This kid is out there killing it. And he looks better than Jimmy G. Now, if you got a quarterback that looks better than Jimmy G with that, you got something.
So the only question I would say is in the what if scenario, what if the Niners go on to win it all? What do you do with Trey Lance? What do you do with Jimmy G? Like, just what do you do?
Insane, bro. That would be insane.
Yeah.
Top 5. All 3 of y'all top 5s. By y'all having San Francisco in y'all top 5 is an overreaction.
Oh, wow.
San Francisco is not one of the top 5 teams in the entire league. They are not.
What's your top 5, then? You got a top 5?
They are not. They got to prove
man.
it. They are not.
Really?
They're not better than Dallas.
They got the best
Dallas
defense in
number
the
5.
league.
I think they'll beat Dallas.
They not better than Dallas. I got Dallas at 5.
Okay.
If they beat Dallas, then I move Dallas out and put them at 5. But right now, they outside that 5. I got Dallas at 5. Buffalo at 4. Kansas City at 3. Cincinnati at 2. Nobody want to see Cincinnati. Nobody. And of course, Philly at 1. San Francisco shouldn't be on nobody's top 5. They are not better than those top 5 teams today. They are not.
I feel like they're better than Kansas City, which is why I put I feel like they're better than Kansas City, San Francisco.
Man, you gotta stop cussing.
No, man, I feel like defense travels in Kansas City. Kansas City, their biggest problem is their defense. They defense is their problem. It ain't
San
Patrick
Francisco
Mahomes.
is better than Kansas City.
Hell
Chiefs.
yeah, they
Talking about the
is.
Chiefs, not the Monarchs.
They are better than the Chiefs. They would beat the hell out of the Chiefs, bro.
Brandon, you oh my God. You need go get some water. Go get some water.
No.
Go get a drink of water.
They will beat the brakes off the Chiefs.
I ain't saying all that. Now. I ain't saying all that.
He might be standing alone on that one.
Yeah.
Not beat the brakes off of.
Because
With a number 3 quarterback.
if
Oh,
I'm not mistaken, the Chiefs beat the brakes off the Niners earlier this year. If I'm not
I
mistaken.
know, man, but nah, this is CMC is there now. That's a whole different ballgame.
They up and coming, but they ain't proved to be the top 5 yet. They haven't.
And okay, I won't say that they won't beat the brakes off of them, but they will beat them. And the reason why I would say that is because they got at least 4 Pro Bowl starters on that San Francisco defense. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
But y'all got them at number 2. Did all 3 of y'all had them at number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who was y'all 3 through 5?
It was for me. I had Dallas, Cincy, and Buffalo.
They better than Cincinnati.
I had Kansas
San
City.
Francisco. I feel like they're better than San Francisco.
Kansas City was my 5. Buffalo was my 3. I mean, Buffalo was my 4, and Cincinnati was my 3.
I had Bills 3, Bengals 4, Chiefs 5.
So y'all think all 3 of y'all think San Francisco is better than Buffalo, Cincinnati, and Kansas City. And that's
At
what y'all
this
think.
moment.
At this moment.
At
Yes.
this moment.
Okay.
I mean,
and
but
I wasn't scratched by saying that San Francisco will beat the brakes off Kansas City, but they will beat Kansas City.
Y'all saying San Francisco is the second best team in the NFL?
I am saying that.
with those injuries, for them to keep up that level of play, that's with number 3 quarterback, they 9-4. That's impressive.
And the sum of the parts around the quarterback is too much. When Debo is there, you have a running back that can play wide receiver. You have a wide receiver that can play running back. You have a ferocious tight end that's top 3 in the game.
All-time great tight end, Jamar.
Block.
You have Brandon Ayuk, who can definitely hold his own. And then when we flip to the other side of the ball, you got a game record in Nick Bosa. You got Fred Warner out there. You got Greenlaw. You got a ferocious.
You got Jimmy Ward, who's a Pro Bowler.
And you got a potential Hall of Fame kicker in Robbie
Linebacker.
Gould. So it's like the sum of the parts around is too much.
Robbie Gould is a Hall of Famer. But okay, we shall see.
Yeah. By the way, Daniel, our brother Prescott JB stated Daniel Jones is smoking that cabbage. That's what he said. He said he's smoking that cabbage because he believes that San Francisco is the top 5 team. Yeah.
They ain't number 2. They may be better than Dallas. They may be better than Dallas, but they ain't number 2.
And
he said the Kansas City Chiefs, y'all. He said the Kansas City Chiefs just got torched by Carlton Banks. Come on now, they are not better than the Niners. The defense is
who is Carlton Banks? Who you calling Carlton Banks?
I don't know, but he's talking about Carlton Banks from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which means another word.
I know, but
the quarterback.
Yeah.
The quarterback is a no name. That's what he's saying.
Oh man. All right, let's get to the
I mean, it's very interesting. It's very and look, we might be having this conversation, Daniel, and who knows, man, we might have to revisit this in February. Because very well, Kansas City, San Francisco in the Super Bowl.
San Francisco not getting to the Super Bowl. They're not getting to the Super Bowl.
I mean, they would. I'm not saying they're gonna get to the Super Bowl, but I mean,
saying that either.
It was in the NFC Championship game last year. They might be back.
They do a lot of magic in January. And they've done that consistently.
It's not far-fetched to think that they can't get there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
They always any given Sunday. We know that anything can happen on any given Sunday.
Facts.
Detroit can make it
Yeah,
to the Super
so-
Bowl.
Now y'all scratching. Now y'all scratching. Now you
Mm.
scratching. Now you finna get
Mm.
started. Detroit in the Super Bowl.
Not with the league's worst defense. No. Nope.
It's possible. Hey, it's possible. I'm going on the limb with Dan.
And
Look,
Grit.
because he got that grit in his heart.
Topic cavities being smoked this morning.
He got to play the kneecaps at his disposal right now.
Not with that defense.
Okay, we can't. Let's move on, Brandon. Keep it moving. This is getting out of order. Let's get to the NFL picks. Share the screen. Let's go.
And so, all right, y'all. And so,
This is wild.
we got some big ones coming up this week. And so, one thing that is always great about sports is that you always get a lot of wonderful, great opinions. And so, yes, we will go ahead, y'all, and we will pull up our screen for this week's NFL picks. All right. And so, bear with me.
Oh man.
All right. So, fellas, we got the Saturday game starting up. That's great. All right. So, fellas, we got the Dolphins at the Bills.
Wait. I think there's 2 other games before that today.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna go up, but yeah, I hear you. Yeah. And so let's go ahead and let's start with this one. Yes. The Colts at the Vikings. And so yeah, this is actually wonderful. This is kind of all we need right here. All right. And so, Jamar, we don't have any favorite information this time. We are going just strictly off this, what we've seen on the field. Indianapolis, Minnesota. Who you got, Jamar?
Man, even though the Vikings historically in the last 5 games has been an abysmal, and I mean by I want to say the last 5 games, their pass defense is historically bad, and they give up 300 yards in the air. However, I don't think the Colts gonna really do too much here. I guess I got the Vikings. I guess by default.
Right. Yeah. And who you got, bro?
I got the Vikings.
Okay. And Daniel, who you got?
Vikings.
I'm rolling with y'all Vikings. Baltimore, Cleveland. Jamar, who you got? And what's the status on our boy Lamar Jackson? Is his twin playing still?
Yeah, Mr. Huntley is playing today. Lamar's out. This one's tough.
That was tough because without Lamar, man, that might go with Cleveland on that.
I mean, Huntley isn't bad. He's like actually one of the better backups in the league.
He fits that offense.
I'm actually a little stumped here. I think I'm gonna actually take the Browns in this one. It's gonna be close. I'm taking Deshaun Watson. I think Amari Cooper has a great game. Taking the Browns.
Can you hear me, Ed?
Yeah, I
Oh,
can hear
Ed
you.
might be frozen. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, we good.
Yeah. I got the Browns.
And this is an emotional pick for me. So it's all based off emotion. I want Lamar Jackson to get his money. So I want Baltimore to lose. And I want Deshaun Watson to do well with all the stuff been going on with him. So I want Cleveland to win. So I'm going with Cleveland on this one. Emotional pick.
Very well said. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Baltimore in this one. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah. Miami, Buffalo. Jamar, who you got?
Not sure if anybody saw the weather for that game, but it's a blizzard over there per
I'm
se.
down.
I'm not taking any Dolphins or any Southern players in that type of game. I'm taking Bills Mafia by default.
It should be a sweep across the board. What about you? And you got the Dolphins?
Nah, Bills Mafia.
Yeah, I like Miami, but I think Buffalo is just a flat out better team. Plus, my mom's from Buffalo, so I'm going with Buffalo. That's my pick to the Super Bowl. Buffalo. That's what I'm rooting for.
Right. Yeah.
Solid pick.
Yep. I'm with y'all. I see no way for the Dolphins winning this game. We'll see. They are explosive, but I'm gonna go with Buffalo. Detroit Jets. Detroit going up to New York. Jamal, who you got?
Man, if Mike White was playing, I would take the Jets all day. And now the fact that the Disney Channel quarterback Zach Wilson is
He's
back.
back.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
See, dumb decisions like that. Just why?
No.
Because you're getting paid more money?
No. He Mike White's hurt. They
Mike
didn't play
White's
him.
hurt. He's hurt, bro.
Okay.
Yep.
And he's getting paid that money too.
Man, golfing that outdoors against Saucon. This is
Oh man, grit, man.
you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do trust golf in the elements more than our Disney Channel stars, so I'm taking the Lions. Ugh, it's ugly.
Yeah, I think Detroit got something going, man. They got a good thing going. They starting to find their way. You know, chemistry coming together. You know, golf is golf. You know, I don't know why they dismissed them in LA, but
LA?
yeah, but Detroit, man, I think they just got it rolling right now.
Yeah. And for me, Daniel, I'm just kind of revisiting something real quick. I've never looked at golf as a bad quarterback. I've always kind of put him in the stratosphere of Jimmy G. He's not super flashy, super fantastic, but he wins a lot. He was just put in Detroit, you know, but now you see the tides turning around in Detroit. And so just an FYI, and you got Grit, right? You got Detroit, right?
No, I got Detroit.
Of course you do. Of course. Home Box Office is a great channel. Home Box Office, get the app, y'all. It's $10.99 on Google Play Store. On the other hand, yes, I'm gonna go with the Detroit Lions as well. Man, they look good. On the other hand, Jamar, Philly and Shy, you got the Bears pulling off an upset, bro. Tomorrow we are at home.
Man, you know, it's just on a quick side note. I just want to give a special shout out to my wife because she surprised me with Bears tickets tomorrow. I didn't see that one coming at all.
dope.
So I'm gonna go,
great, bro.
I didn't see that one coming at all. So with that being said, I'm gonna go watch Justin Fields lose to these Eagles. Like I said, Eagles gonna drop 40 on these guys. But as long as I get to see a fun game, I'm cool with that. But nah, there's no upset happening. The Eagles on the mission.
So shout out to Jamar's wife. That's a dope gesture.
Yeah, it is. That's beautiful.
Upset. Bears shock the world. Justin Fields goes off. We winning tomorrow.
Yeah, and Jamar, you're gonna be the good luck charm, bro. Yeah.
If we win, I'm going live at that stadium. Like, yo, shock the world. I'm acting fool.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Daniel, who you got, bro?
Listen, there would be no Muhammad Ali appearances talking about something outside the world. I shook up the world. Nope. Philly, baby. Philly.
Oh man.
Hey, y'all can on the page. I know Dominic McKinney and some of my other friends will have a lot to say, but I am going with the Bears tomorrow. I think Justin Fields do some fantastic stuff. I'm thinking we're just gonna be seeing all type of viral clips this week. I got the Bears in a crazy fun game tomorrow. It's gonna be a shootout, baby. Yes. Pittsburgh, Carolina. Who you got, Jamar?
Ooh, this is ugly. I don't even think DJ Moore playing either.
Not
Who's starting tomorrow for Pittsburgh? Is it Trubisky?
I don't know. I think that one's still up in the air too. This is just ugly. I'm gonna take the Steelers. I don't have the warm and fuzzies either. I'm gonna take the Steelers. Ugh.
Yeah, they both kind of playing good football as of late. And Carolina one game out of the tie for the division.
I know this is one of my default favorite picks. Favorite teams. by default, so I'm going with the Panthers. Keep pounding. I'm going with the Panthers.
Daniel, who you got?
Yeah, so if I can't remember the other quarterback. Pickett. Is it Pickett?
Yep.
Yeah, Kenny. Yes.
Yeah, so if Pickett starts, I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. Yeah, and I need Carolina to lose anyway because I need Tom Brady in the playoffs.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He said, "Ew."
One and done, but
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Carolina at home tomorrow. I think Carolina's heading in the right direction. Kansas City, Houston, Jamar. Oh, by the way, quickly, Jamar, sorry. Prescott JB said, when the Bears win the 2024 Super Bowl in Las Vegas, I'm gonna party harder than I've ever partied. And so Prescott JB is a believer of the Bears. And good morning, Khalid.
in 2 years off.
Get fired. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Kansas City, Houston. Do Kansas City pull off do Houston pull off an upset tomorrow?
I mean, I can do the 1, 2, 3 countdown and we can keep it moving if you want to.
Yeah.
I'm with you. You got Kansas City too, right, Daniel?
Yes.
All right. Keep it moving.
Save us some time, yeah. Dallas, Jacksonville. Who you got, Jamar?
See, my brain says Dallas should win this game. I don't know. It will. I'm gonna pick Dallas anyway in good faith because they've been playing well this year. But I'm not asleep on Jacksonville.
Yeah, same Jacksonville. And who you got?
So I picked Jacksonville on the road last week, and they went in Tennessee and beat Tennessee, and they
Beat them
good.
down. Yeah.
Picking Jacksonville to go. They going to Dallas?
No, they ain't Jacksonville.
Oh, I'm picking Jacksonville.
Duval.
Yes, sir. Daniel, who you got?
Jacksonville for the upset.
Woo. Woo. I got Dallas. Come on, y'all. How y'all don't disrespect the Cowboys like that?
They ain't
All
fun-
right.
They're the Cowboys.
They
I
ain't
can see
fun-
y'all playing.
Nope.
I can see y'all playing. We'll see. Yeah. And boy, just imagine, y'all, we stated it earlier, Dallas lose. Them headlines Monday is going to be on and popping, baby. So, yeah.
Especially if they go out.
Oh, man, that'd be even worse. Yeah. And so, yes, fellas, Atlanta, New Orleans. So, Jamar, the rookie, gets his first start tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, he's going up against the Rusty Rifle. Somebody got to win the game. Who you got? Unless they tie.
Which could happen. Ugh. You know what? I'm wrong with the Rook. I think probably a better passer of the football might do this offense some justice here. Look, man, the Saints just an abysmal right now. I'm taking Atlanta. I don't feel good, but I'm taking Atlanta.
Yeah. And what about you?
I hate the Saints. I really do. I do not like the Saints, but they have a couple of my favorite players, so I'm gonna go with Kamara. Olave have a big day. I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Yeah, Daniel.
We picking two losers.
I mean, but Daniel, they both still in the running for the NFC South. This division is wide open.
Because it's the South. The South
Nobody
is
can win this division, baby.
yeah.
This is a playoff implication. This is an important game. You can't tell Atlanta and New Orleans that they're losers. They're like, damn it, we're still in running for the NFC South.
I'm gonna say New Orleans because Atlanta a lot of times give up big leads. They have been known to give up big leads. So even if they have a 14-point lead, they can give it up and lose. So I'm gonna go with New Orleans.
I'm gonna go in New Orleans as well. Big game tomorrow. We'll see. Whoever win that game, y'all, is one game out of the division lead. No big implications there. All right. New England and Las Vegas. Jamar, who you got for this one?
Boy, oh
That's a
boy,
tough
oh
pick.
boy.
It's a tough.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. I don't know if Jacobs is playing. I think Ramondre Stevenson is out. Where Dwayne at? Let him know I'm actually taking New England on this one.
Mm.
Yeah. And
In the words of Chris Berman, I'm going with the Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders.
Hey, Daniel, who you got? bro?
I got New England, man. They've been gritting it out. And they trying to still they're in that playoff hunt still too. So
Yep.
New England.
Boy, this is a tough game. I'm gonna go with Las Vegas. I think Devontae Adams is a difference to y'all. Who gonna stop him? I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Derek Carr's gonna stop him.
Say what?
Derek Carr's gonna stop Devontae
Man,
Adams.
my thoughts exactly. You stole my thoughts.
Let's see, man. Jamar, Arizona, Denver. So Kyler Murray, he's out. I look like for the season. So you got Mr. Colt McCoy had a Haley still in the NFL starting. And then Denver, if I'm not mistaken, Russ is out.
Correct.
Somebody got to win the game, Jamar, unless they tie. Who you got for this one?
I'm gonna take the team that actually has a legitimate home field advantage playing in Denver here and a better defense. So I just think Denver's offense may operate a little bit better than normal. I'm riding with the Broncos country this week. We riding.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
No
Don't-
explanation, just the Cardinals. I
Don't-
get it. I mean,
Don't let the home box office network, sway you on this one, man.
My boy, my boy got hurt last week Monday night. Told me up. I was like, man. But yeah, I got the Cardinals. I think they got the better backup. I always like Colt McCoy.
Same
Longhorn.
here. Yeah, Colt McCoy, man. I've always been a fan of his for some reason. So I'm going with Arizona.
yeah. Cincinnati, Tampa. Who you
Wait.
got, Jamar?
I didn't hear your pick. All I heard was
Yeah, we didn't get pick.
Oh, I don't know how the hell Colt McCoy is still in the NFL. I'm going with Denver.
okay.
Yeah. Cincinnati and Tampa. Who you got for this one, Jamar?
I know somebody said, they need Tom Brady in the playoffs here, but this game's not gonna help their cause. I got Cincinnati winning this one. Who they?
But hey, they might still be first place in division after this weekend. So that's
It might.
all right. So, yeah. And who you got, bro?
Cincy in a blowout. They're gonna
Ooh.
blow that 50-year-old quarterback out. They're gonna blow him out. Defense is playing like trash. They DBs is trash. They don't get blew out. Jamar Chase had 200 yards.
I hope so for my fantasy.
Daniel?
It ain't looking good for Tampa Bay at all. It ain't looking good. They done came against a juggernaut. Man, that Joe Burrows, he's on a rampage. He's taking everybody out. All the best quarterbacks in the league, he's taking them out. Cincinnati.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm gonna roll with Cincy. But by the way, FYI about the Pats in Vegas, Dwayne Hawkins stated about time, Jamar. And then additionally, he stated, but the Raiders do get Waller and Winfrey back. And so thank you, Dwayne. And so we'll see how that one turn out. That is going to be a very good football game. Tennessee at the LA Chargers. Jamar, who you got for this one?
That's a tough
Look, the Chargers
We're
run
fighting
defense.
for some, both of them.
Yeah.
That's
Chargers
gonna be a
run
physical
defense is flat out garbage. Like, this is a Derrick Henry game all the way. And I still feel like the Chargers will end up winning this game, even though they haven't lived up to expectations at all this year. According to you all, y'all had them as paper champs. But I guess the Chargers win because I don't believe in Tannehill or Trashill, whichever name you want to prefer.
Yeah. And
I got the Chargers.
somebody that win the game, right?
Yep.
Unless they tie, right? And so, Daniel, who you got for this?
Man, any, mini, money, mo.
Yikes.
I'm going to say the coach is going to let the Chargers down. I'm going to go with Tennessee.
I mean,
Yeah,
that can happen.
I'm with you. I'm gonna go with Tennessee in this one. Just because I believe in the formula. They got a formula over there in Tennessee. It ain't the best with Ryan Tannehill, but I'm gonna go with Tennessee. The Giants at Washington. Oh man, ooh, that's a good one. They just tied a few weeks ago. And that was a great game. Now they're in Washington. Jamar, who you got for this one? This is big playoff implications, wild card implications right here.
And what y'all was explaining about the last matchup, you can say about this one. Somebody got to win, right? Unless they tie, right? Oh,
Right.
They did already. Look, I'm rolling with Shane Falco, aka Mr. Heineke here. I feel like they are a believer of this guy. They just play harder with him. He got that grit word that you like from Dan Campbell. He do, man. And I don't think Saquon is all the way right either. So I got the Commanders, that other name.
And
So you got footsteps Falco. Yep, I'm for Jamar. I got the Commanders.
Daniel.
I think Commanders will win this game, but I'm going down with my namesake, Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
Let's go, Giants.
You got the Giants?
Got the Giants.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna roll with the Commanders. Jamar, the Rams and the Packers, or the Whackers. Who you got for this one?
You know,
Somebody got to win this game too.
Look, I get, when they made the schedule, this, potentially would have been a good game, but God, jeez. Baker Mayfield or Aaron Rodgers?
Right.
I guess I take those guys up north. My gosh.
You like, so what am I saying? So you were surprised it came out your mouth.
Right.
Ooh, this is ugly.
Yeah. And
I'm going with the Rams. I can't pick the Packers.
Thank you, Ian. Please, somebody.
Daniel.
Ugh.
He said, save me from myself. I'm gonna help you out too, Jamar, man. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Jamar, I love you, but we often end up here. I'm gonna go with the Packers. I think the Rams, it's cold, freezing. Baker Mayfield barely squeaked by. Should have lost to the Raiders. I'm gonna go with the Whackers in this one. Yeah. So, well, that concludes our NFL picks. And so, Daniel, we got to ask you, bro, before we get to our final thoughts and shout outs. I want to ask you a question. We know that you're in ministry. We know that you do a lot for the world, a lot of good stuff. And so we want to conclude this morning's conversation and just ask you, based off of what you're seeing with the world, what you're seeing in our country, et cetera, this is more on a serious note. What do you think this world need more of? Because I want you to take off your sports hat, my brother, and put that normal Daniel Jones hat on that I know and love, and that many people know and love. And so, give us give us a little bit of your thoughts, man, on a real note. What do you think this world needs more of?
Oh, that's a great question, man. I've been thinking this way for the past few months, man. And I think that if we can come out of our silos and stop worrying about just our immediate circle and kind of step out of that circle and give and do and be a presence. I think we need more of a presence outside of our immediate circles, right? I think the world can kind of start turning some things around because we got a lot of good people in the world, but it's so much craziness out there. And I know I used to think like this. I'm just gonna worry about me and my family. Make sure we're good, but it takes more than that. We got to come out of that comfort zone and say, you know what? Is there another boy I can help out? Is there another family I can help out? Is there somebody I can assist with, and support and empower? So I think if we can come out this comfort zone and come out of our own individual silos and have more impact and have more of a presence in other people's lives, I think the world can be better.
And so in other words, you're saying a lot of what we need is to remove ourselves for the common good for somebody else.
Yeah.
I can feel that for sure.
Give more. Give more of ourselves. Because we have a lot of the good people have a lot of good stuff to offer, but we don't because it's so crazy out there. You know what? We don't want to deal with it. I don't want to bother with it. But the world's going to continue to be the way it is if we don't deal with it. If we only can just stay put to our family. So we have to start spreading ourselves. You know, they say, you know, don't spread yourself too thin. Well, we got to spread ourselves more than what we're spreading. I'll put it that way.
Word to the wise. Thank you for that, brother Daniel. Appreciate that. So yes, now fellas, as we conclude every weekend, we'll go in this order, Jamar, and then yourself, Daniel. We do final thoughts and shout outs. And so, and we'll actually chime in with you first. And then Jamar, you follow up, and then Daniel. So, and bro, as we head into the weekend, any final thoughts or shout outs?
Shout out to Coach Prime. I got a couple. Shout out to Coach Prime. I think their last game is today in Atlanta.
Yes.
So
Alcorn State, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully they complete the perfect season. This is not so much of a shout out, but you know, shout out to the Bulls for losing to the Knicks and twice in 2 days at home. We just can't win, but we just can't finish games. It's been that type of year.
For sure.
But that's all I got.
Yeah, we miss Alonzo Ball for sure, man. You know,
He's out for good.
I know, man. That's turning out to be a bad acquisition. Daniel, any final thoughts or shout outs? Or you know what, sorry, Jamar. Any final thoughts or shout outs as we head into the weekend?
Two, one that Ian kind of alluded to, but before that, you know, shout out to Daniel for joining us today, for definitely making
Great
it very
time, bro.
Very entertaining. You definitely can come on anytime you want to. We collectively appreciate you for sure, man. And then the other one that Ian alluded to was the Knicks per se, but more so Derrick Rose, and the fact that no matter where he's at, the Chicago fans will always appreciate him. The standing ovation that they gave him when he checked into the game for those couple minutes left in the game. Every time he scores, the fans erupt. At this point, I mean, he's not even in the Knicks rotation. And what we got to lose? We need a guard. Go get our guy. It's about time.
Powerful. Thanks for putting that out there. We got to get that viral. Yes, Daniel.
Man, shout out to you brothers, to you, Brandon, for the invite, to you brothers, man. This morning was a blast for me. Thank you. I had a great time, man, this morning, just talking sports, you know, something I'm very passionate about, you know, and just shout out to all the Black men that's holding it down. Y'all know what just happened recently, you know, with Twitch and everything, but, you know, we got to continue to have self-talk too, because you can have self-positive talk or self-negative talk. You know, so shout out to all the Black men that's holding it down individually, holding it down with your family, your spouses, your kids. You know, you are valued. Your presence is needed. Continue to do what you're doing. If you see somebody else fail, another Black man, not pretty much coming up to par and do what they're supposed to do, you know, reach out. Be some support for them, teach them, show them, mentor them, you know, so we can all, you know, do this thing right and be together and come together and live the lives we want to live, man. We want to enjoy life. So we only get one life to live. So, hey, so shout out to all the Black men that's doing what they're supposed to do, man.
Yeah. You three guys just gave three excellent words. I appreciate all three of them. From a sports perspective and just from a general perspective in life. We appreciate you all chiming in with us this morning. My final thought is keep God first. When you keep God first, there's nothing you cannot accomplish. Shout out to the mini bowls that are happening. NCAA football bowl season is now kicked off. World Cup tomorrow, y'all. Big final between France, in Argentina. Get your popcorn ready. Our Bears going against Philly. Looking forward to that one. Shout out to Jamar's wife for those tickets. Jamar, you have a ball, bro, and make sure you take pictures for us. Make sure you take pictures for us of that beautiful stadium and everything. And me and Guadalupe, I can sit there and be like, man, I wish I was back in Chicago. And so make sure you take those beautiful pictures so I can see all that beautiful snow. And so yes, world.
Just rub it in, why don't
that,
you?
yeah,
Right. His
So-
background is the beach.
yeah.
Every
Hey, but-
time. Matter of fact, take that our background off. Go ahead, show on the beach, man. Why you know, you do this to us half the time anyway.
Well, I can't, but I can show y'all outside. And so you see, like, it's about 85, 90
Wow.
palm trees, etc. And so, definitely, actually heading to a beach party. It's another.
You see what
I
we go
told
through,
you.
America. You see what we go through.
I got on. And so, yeah, that's the life here. And so, yes, fellas, and everyone, all the chiming in this morning. We had a blast this morning. Daniel, you were fantastic, my dude. Thank you for joining us, man. It has been an absolute pleasure. And so may each of you have a blessed, productive, and safe weekend. And may you all keep God first. Thank you all for chiming in with us and have a great weekend. Peace.
Peace.